Hello, my name is Yemi, and I would love to invite you to join me on the JAPA Code. The JAPA Code is your ultimate guide to legally migrating from Nigeria to your dream destination. If you desire to JAPA, we've got you covered. We'll bring you expert advice and insider tips to help you navigate the roads, routes, and resources required to make that dream a reality. Join me this Sunday at 5 p.m. on the Women Network on YouTube. The JAPA Code is brought to you by Women Consults in partnership with the Migrant Resource Center, Federal Ministry of Labor and Employment. Right, good evening everyone. This is the JAPA Code. Great to be here again this beautiful Sunday evening, right here in the studio, the JAPA Code studio, where we talk about the routes, the routes, and the resources required for you to JAPA, for those who are considering going on that route. Like we always say, JAPA is not the problem. It's to ensure that you have the adequate information for you to make the best decision as you JAPA. Okay, so where I am, where am I? Where am I? All right, so I'm going to just point myself into the screen now so you can see here I am, there I am. Okay, so this is Yemi Awosoya Adefajan. I'm the host of the JAPA Code. Great to be here this beautiful evening. We're talking about JAPA today. Our topic is about financial intelligence for migrants. Financial intelligence for migrants. It's been an awesome journey with us. Welcome to the show. If you're just joining in, it's the first time you're being with us on this program, please do well to click the subscription button and, of course, get notified, click notification as well, and like and share so that whenever we come up, you can always be abreast that we're live. And for those of us who have been a part of the family, thank you so much. I'm sure it's been a power pack for you. It's been an awesome time for you with us. There's so much content on the JAPA Code, and we do well to make time to just watch some of those topics we've had, since we started. It's been an awesome journey. I'm excited. I'm super excited. Every time JAPA is coming up, I'm super excited because the content you're going to be getting, you're certain that it's something that is out of the regular, and it brings to you information that would add value to you. Where the JAPA Code team, thought about it's very essential for us to speak about the element of financial intelligence when it comes to migration. Because in the host country, the country, your destination country now, that you're going into, it's about a lot of balancing of your life and your activities and all of that. So there's so much involved with migration. You know the trend that we always talk about here. It's always very easy for you to talk about JAPA, but there's much more to that element of JAPA. It's not an easy fit. It's not an ordinary fit for you to want to relocate. Everything about your life is moving, and that means that you must have adequate information for you to take the best of decisions. Of course, there are things that you're not expecting that might happen, but then because you're prepared, you're certain that you would make an informed decision across as you move on. Today we're having our guest, Mr. TADE CASH. Oh my goodness, TADE CASH. When I roll out his CV, you know that this man is all about cash. I think his clothes is made of cash as well. All right, it's coming up. It's just in the green room. Just bring him in. TADE CASH is here. Just give me a second. Okay, just a minute. I'm just gonna add him to the stream now, and then we can. Hey, there you go, TADE CASH. How you doing, sir?
I'm very fine. Very fine.
To have you joining. Thank you so much. Sundays, I can't say Sunday is always a freer day, but depends on what your schedule is like. Sunday is like every other day, thank you so much. Thank you so much for being with us.
Because about an hour ago, I just flew into Lagos.
Oh,
it's
see, there we go.
Okay.
I can imagine. So sorry. Thank you so much for spending time to be with us. This is the JAPA Code, and we're talking to TADE CASH. The man is going to help us dissect the element of financial intelligence as it concerns migrants. Of course, the topic, the topic goes across everybody. Let me say something about Mr. TADE CASH. He's a world-class cash flow entrepreneur. His interest is in everywhere except presidency. I don't know whether you're planning that you have to share presidency. For every other thing, TADE CASH has an interest, has a mind. I mean, the depth of your knowledge. One of the things I read about your CV and when I was talking about your profile is that the fact that you made your first million, is it million now? Big girl. This was very daunting. The first million at 28. Wow, million. I think it's dollars. Is it dollars or I'm sorry, is in your profile? So
Dollars.
how dollars? How did that? How you take do
All right, that's very interesting. I was in Abuja at the weekend yesterday. I was having a training, and that's one of the questions some participants were asking me as well. Now, the truth is, I did that by mastering a skill and learning how to sell. So as a result of that, I was able to do that for myself within the space of 11 months. So the point is, it's a very amazing stuff, because you see the problem of financial problem, what causes financial problem is for you to make money slowly and to also make it small. All right, those two things cause a lot of you slowly and it creates a lot of financial problems. So that was what happened to me, because money can help you to collapse time if you make it big legally and credibly. Yeah.
I love that. That's very profound. So you're telling me that anybody at 28 or younger than 28 or older than 28, provided you use the principles that that you just explained, anybody can become financial. Anybody can make money, really legitimate, clean, nice money. It doesn't matter the age.
Yeah, money is amoral. Money can come to a Bible publisher and it can come to a pornographer. It only obeys the rule. All right. Money obeys the rule. Money is not a function of morality, it's a function of your level of functionality. So if you don't know how to put the functionality, there is things that money loves. So if you do what money loves, money responds to you. Money don't care who you are. Money does not have a favorite. He only favors the people that follows the code. So the moment you can follow the code of money, it responds to you. It doesn't care. Money don't care about who you are. Money don't care about your beliefs. Money don't care about where you live. Money don't care about who gave birth to you. Money only has its own code. Whoever obeys it, money obeys the person. So it is just the fundamental that a lot of people never focus attention on. And for me, I was sick and tired of being broke as a young fellow, and then I became curious, and I said, I want to be rich legally, as long as it is legal, as long as it is credible. I want to find a way, because we have been deceived that labor is synonymous to prosperity. But the truth of the matter is, you see, labor is a valuable asset, but it's not a determinant of success. It means that there is a labor of the and there is a labor of the wise. It means that both the wise and the fool labors, but the difference between both of them is the result they get. So if you don't understand, be highly schooled and be laboring like a fool. And you know what? And you can be an illiterate in form of schooling and labor as the wise. Now, the man that is highly schooled will look at you and say, why is this seemingly idiot rich and I am not? But unknown to him, that this man that is not schooled but is educated in the ways of money has money, though he is schooled but is educated in the ways of money, and then he lack money. People don't get this balance. And as a result of that, that balance is what people don't have. So the moment you have this balance, you will be able to get, yes.
And that balance, I think, is where we anchor the element of financial intelligence, because being able to apply wisdom, to be able to juggle, because it's not just enough for you to amass money, to have money, but if the money is not put to use, I don't think you're financially intelligent. So if we have people of this world who make a lot of money but are not able to put it to proper use. So speak to us on financial intelligence to life as a whole. How important is this element to life as a whole? Anybody, it doesn't matter who you are.
Okay, the point is that many people don't know that we are all born with, just the way we have our biological genotype, we also have our financial genotype. And because people don't pay attention to this financial genotype, they get to be carried away. And so I like to define the financial genotype, which affects a lot of your financial intelligence this way. So just the way you have the SS in the word of biological genotype, people have SS too in the word of financial genotype. And what is SS? SS is serious spenders. A lot of people have built a habit of just spending money. They don't realize that the first game of money is not to spend it, is to use it, to grow it so that the money can have babies. Now, a lot of people learn to earn money without making the money they earn to earn money for them. So this is it. People have built an habit, and because of the habit they have built, they are now living in an habitat that is limiting their functionality in this world. What habit have they built? They have built habit of never thinking through what they want to use money for. They just have the money and they want to spend it. So the things that people need to get is that the wealth genotype is amazing. So I want to run through that for them. So the first one is what I call this SS, the serious spenders. So people just get money. There are people that earn money and they just spend all the money. Every month they have nothing. Solomon the king, the wisest and the richest king that ever lived, have a description for such a people. He said, he that spend all that he has, it doesn't matter who you are. He said, you are a foolish person. It means that the element of foolishness is in that person. And when the element of foolishness is in a person, it is synonymous to a devourer. That means it makes you devour what you have and you can plant it so you cannot multiply it. So that is the first set of people. Their wealth genotype is tainted into spending. They spend everything. So as a result of that, if you spend everything, it's like someone that have a fruit with a seed in it, and then he eats the fruit including the seed. If you understand, that is an aberration of nature, because nature makes sure that seed are not sweet so that it can be planted. In other words, whoever spend everything that he earns or have can never have a sweet future. It is funny, but it is the design of nature. So that is the first set of people. The next set of people is the people that I call the AS. Who are the AS? The AS are they are the active socialite. All right, these people, they are very amazing set of people. They have an habit of showing off. They want to look rich. All right, they want to send children to the place, to the school they cannot afford. They want to do all sort of things. They want to organize a party, 1 year party, 2 year party, all sort of things. And as a result of that, they were never growing wealth, and they never realized they were overrating their strengths. All right, they will tell you, I have a taste, I love good life, I love to have this and that. But one thing they never do is that they never build a strong fortress financially to be able to help them to have a future. Because this is what a lot of people has forgotten. We always need more money in the future than today. But this is what they have also forgotten again. We will need more in the future, but as we grow older, our strength begin to fail. And if your strength is failing and you are making money with your strength today, and you are counting on your strength to make you money in the future, knowing full well you will need more in the future, you are just living a life of illusion. So a lot of people are living a life of illusion, and they need to break out of it. So those are the second set of people. The third set of people are the people that I call the active collectors. The AC, they are the AC, the active collectors. These people make money, but they have a scarcity mentality. All right, they save it all. They look poor. They are afraid of the future. They are afraid of their capacity to make more. They are afraid of their capacity to multiply. They don't want to build a skill set that can help them multiply anything. So whatever they have made, they want to keep it. They don't invest in anything. They just want to put it in the bank. Banks love those kind of people, because you know what, they make more money. Even when inflation is eating all the money, as long as they have the money there, they seems to be fine with it. So this set of people are the third set of people. The fourth set of people are the people that I call, AA. And these are the people, what do I call them? AA. They are the asset addicts. These are the people that love good life. These are the people that want to live a better life. But this is what they have realized. They know that if the quality of their life will be determined by the quality of the asset that they have developed to fund it. I will say that again. These are the people that know that the quality of their life will be determined by the quality of the assets they have developed to fund it. So what do they want to do with the first stages of their life? They want to build asset. They want to be able to have financial understanding. They build asset that can fund their life, that have income producing asset. They earn from what they have worked on. And as a result of that, after they have done that for a couple of years, they go out there, they can live life because it is a proceed of the asset that fund their living. And they have what I call the birthday lifestyle. Now, this is a genotype type, and a lot of people don't even know what their well genotype is. Imagine someone that have a well genotype of an SS that marries someone that has a well genotype of an AS. They are going to be problem. It is called irreconcilable differences in the world of economy. That means they have issues. Unintended consequences begin to show up in their future that they cannot trace to anything. And they are wondering whether it is spiritual, but it is not spiritual. It is habitual. It is the habits they have developed unknowingly that is disrupting their future. So these are the people. And you know what? So, but an AA that marry an AS, an AA that marry an AS, if they don't get a balance, one will be thinking, he just building asset. He just building asset. When are we going to start enjoying it? But this is what happened. You can enjoy your life, but you have to build something that need to make that happen. But this is it. We all grew up never being taught about money. We all grew up never being taught properly about having financial understanding and how money works, how money moves, the movement of money and all of those things. We were never taught. So what does that do to our life? It makes us work for money without understanding what we are working for. And you see, the true nature of money is that money want to work for you. Money want to work for you. So if someone want to do all of these things and he doesn't understand what is happening, so the first thing that people need to understand is this word genotype. And after that, is then to come to the basis of knowingness. How do I build wealth? Now, if I don't know how to build wealth, by first having financial intelligence, it's going to help me, it's going to affect me a lot, and I'm going to be highly limited. So that's the first criteria.
Fantastic, fantastic. In fact, you deserve a clap of This is very profound. The serious spenders, the active socializers, active collectors, asset addicts. Wow, profound. And I love the line you made. You said proceeds. So those the active asset, they believe in the fact that proceeds of assets fund their living. This is depth of knowledge. I want us to be able to bring this home to our target audience, people who are japaring, as the case might be. Now, a lot of people who are leaving the country, the anchor of their movement, majority of them is on work. And the economy they're going into is a work-driven economy. It's an economy of an income. It's about what do you get? Because their taxation, their system is run from source. They pick up all their taxes, all their whatever from source. So you're dependent on what you're bringing in. Unlike our country that a lot of people are bringing in who are a bit escaping the tax bracket and all of that. In these countries that a lot of people are going to, it's based on that. And so having financial intelligence, I want you to give credence to this. Having financial intelligence in that host, that destination country, in the face of your income. How does a person who is going into that society, knowing that it's all about his income? This is it. It's all about his income. How does he manage? How does he execute financial intelligence in the face of his income? Because that's where it all starts from.
All right. So
I
thank you
don't know
very much.
if the question is clear.
It's very clear. It's very clear. So it's in the face of the income. You have gone to the Western world, and then in a more developed nation where the tax code, the tax system is already structured from the basis of your money, whatever money you're earning. Someone reached out to me a few days ago from the United Kingdom, and the person just watched one of my videos, and she has been my added follower for the last couple of months, and she has done some couple of my courses, and she was telling me about how she was returning from work and how particularly the money she make for that week, they have deducted some level of tax from it. She was highly mad about the process. But you see, you can't be mad about the process. You have just to be wise about the process. And what does that mean? It means that you need to understand that we are living in a world of educated Caesar. And in a world of educated Caesar, the only way that can make you scale is to understand the system and to understand how to leverage the system and use the system to build your life. And how do I mean by that? You need to realize that you can't continually sell your time for money and you are going to be rich in the world of Caesar. It's an educated Caesar. And that means that when you get into the system, one of the first things that you need to do, you need to study how the system works. You see, the 95%, it's called the 95% rule. 95% of people are always wrong economically. It means that the people that you see around, some people believe, I want to make more, I have to work more, I have to do another shift, I have to do this, I have to do this, and all of that. I'm not saying that is bad at the beginning, but it is bad ultimately. What does that mean? You can't keep selling your time for money. So what will save you of that? While you get a job, while you started doing something, you need to begin to place premium on your time, and you begin to look at, how can I leverage time? How can I make more money in less time? What can I do legally? What are the assets? What asset can I create? Those nations favors asset. Those nations favor people that have created something that can, that can help people to do better things with their life. So what I'm saying in essence, what I'm saying is this. So that my sister that I mentioned to you, she started thinking, started educating herself. She has started building up herself. She has started working on the process to be able to get herself going in a better way. Because this is what happened. You can't get richer by working harder. You can only get richer by working better. So what you need to do to work better, you need financial intelligence. You need to know how asset works. You need to know how all of these things. What does your system favors? What does the tax code favors? You want to understand these things. It will take you a while, but financial intelligence, you are in a different terrain. This terrain are very ardent to laws. They have laws. But let me tell you, these laws also have loopholes that are legal, that are credible. And most times, these laws favors wealth creators. You need to know from your work. It doesn't mean you should resign from work. It doesn't mean you should say, I'm not going to work, because you have daily bills. And you see, your daily bills does not know holidays. Your daily bills never sleep. So when you get to those systems, your rent, if you formerly coming from Nigeria, your rent were once yearly, but now your rent are monthly. Every other bills you have are just staring at you. So what do you need to do? You need to develop your mind. You need to develop your financial intelligence. You need to begin to look at the system. Who are the people that things are working for? How are they doing it? Begin to look at the people that have made it genuinely, even in the system that you find yourself. How can you study them? Don't just pay attention to what they say. Begin to pay attention to what they do and begin to learn. Realize this, that you are in a new terrain, and face it as a reality. Stop living in your past. Stop, begin to think that, I wish I was there. If you don't want to be there, then leave the place and come back home. But most importantly, there is how to navigate. The labor of the wise will take him to the city. The labor of the fool will weary him, even in the midst of the city. So what do you need to do? You need to engage the labor of the wise. Those systems, those community favor system, not strength. All right. Though they will throw the idea of strength to you, but they don't reward strength as they reward system. So you have to begin to look, how can I work from a perspective of leverage rather than a linear work? All right. So you need to begin to look differently. You need to begin to have different communications. You need to begin to face the fact that this is where I am right now. Don't be, don't be ashamed of whatever reality you have come in contact with. What you need to do with those reality is to know how to turn those reality. Think like a banker when you face your reality. How does a financial institution think about reality? They will borrow money from you that look like a liability to them. But the responsibility, the responsibility they have, that they will take this liability of yours, which is your saving, and they will turn it into an equity through loaning it to somebody else. What can you get? What are you observing around you? How are people making genuine money? How can you make more money in less time? These are the fundamental questions that you need to begin to ask yourself. Because if you don't ask yourself these things, begin to learn. Begin to learn, begin to be observant, begin to work around and begin to ask questions. Because you see, exposure is part of financial intelligence. You are now an immigrant, you are in a new community. What works here, not what you like, not what you approve of, but what works in where you are. What works legally where you are? How can you begin to adapt to these things and begin to make them work for you? Because paying attention to what works and begin to implement what works will make things to work for you too. So these are the fundamentals that people need to begin to think about where they are at the moment. And as a result of that, you will find that you can succeed anywhere. By privilege, I've been privileged to build business in 6 countries outside of Nigeria. And I tell you, every time I get to all of these countries, the first thing that I do is to use Nigeria terminology. I follow no road. Do you understand? So I try to I try to understand how things are. This is what I say to people. Fatherly advice is not a function of age. Fatherly advice is a function of stage of your consciousness. So someone that is extremely younger than you, that has gone the path you want to go, if that person gives you an advice that works, the person is just giving you a fatherly advice. And for not mentioning gender, it can also be motherly advice. If the person is a,
Yes.
what that means
Yes.
to you, that whoever has done something that you want to do, either male or female, and no matter their age, when they give you the advice, it is either fatherly or motherly advice, because that's going to change your life by implementing it. Most people don't know that you must learn to pay to play, because that is the secret of the wealthy. All right. So when you get to a when you get into a system, learn the ways of that system. Learn how things work. And let me tell you, it's just like somebody that want to cut down a tree. It is better to use 7 hours to sharpen the axe and use 1 hour to cut down the tree than to be trying to prove your strength and wasted 10 hours without doing anything. And that's what happened to us. So we are society that glorifies strength, not system. So the unknown to you can also export that when you go into another nation. But these are nations that honor and idolize systems. So what you need to do is to understand the system that make things work. The majority are always wrong. Don't follow the multitude to commit evil. Look at what works. Be humble enough to learn it legally and credibly, and then morally, and then implement it. And I tell you, there is no nation. You are a Nigerian. There is no nation you cannot succeed. You are born to succeed in the land. In other words, what happened to you is that you need to adapt to system and take that, resilient spirit that we are born with and introduce it to whatever you find yourself. And guess what happened to you? You are going to become the one to be celebrated, and people are going to be looking from you.
Yes, fantastic. I mean, there's so much there. I'm going to anchor. I'm going to go for a quick break now. I'm going to anchor this session on that fundamental thing, and I think that is fundamental across board. Really, follow who know road. You can't go wrong. If they know road, follow them. I mean, it kind of follows. If there's no logic that can beat that, and also the element of their system nations. If you can get yourself to understand the system, you will be able to succeed within that system. I'm going to just anchor it there right now and go for a quick break. And this program is brought to you by Wimo Consult in partnership with the Migrant Resource Center, Federal Ministry of Labor and Employment. So we're just going to take a quick word from them. It's TADE CASH. We'll be right back.
Hello, my name is Yemi, and I would love to invite you to join me on the JAPA Code. The JAPA Code is your ultimate guide to legally migrating from Nigeria to your dream destination. If you desire to JAPA, we've got you covered. We'll bring you expert advice and insider tips to help you navigate the roads, routes, and resources required to make that dream a reality. Join me this Sunday at 5 p.m. on the Wimo Network on YouTube. The JAPA Code is brought to you by Wimo Consult in partnership with the Migrant Resource Center, Federal Ministry of Labor and Employment.
The National Electronic Labour Exchange is a unit in the International Labour Migration in the Employment and Wages Department of the Federal Ministry of Labor and Employment. The centers are information hubs for the public to meet demands of employment, referral, labor rights, recruitment advice, support, and all employment-related issues, with the aim of educating and enlightening the public on workplace and employment issues, as well as ensuring protection and decent work. Our target audience are students, all categories of migrants, and the general public. For more details, email us on jobcenterlagos@gmail.com. You can also follow us on Facebook, a National Electronic Labour Exchange, YouTube, a National Electronic Labour Exchange.
Right, thank you so much. Great to be here. Still with us. Here's the JAPA code. Produced by Wimo Consult in partnership with the Migrant Resource Center, Lagos, the Federal Ministry of Labor and Employment. And today we've been talking about this very exciting topic. We're talking about financial intelligence for migrants. And of course, it's been a depth of information given to us by our guest today, TADE CASH, a man of great wisdom when it comes to entrepreneurship, cash flow. The thing is very plenty. He's a man of so many hats, and we're so happy to have him. I'm going to just bring him on again. We're not done, no, Mr. Tade. Don't go nowhere. All right, we're not done. Yes, thank you so much. There's so much knowledge, and like I said again, I mean, a lot of things that you have brought up, you've stirred up in the hearts of a lot of people who are watching this and those who are going to watch later on, and living in their hearts thus far is all, like I said again, follow Uno road. One person, one of the numerous people that know road when it comes to financial intelligence is TADE CASH. We must follow you. You are hereby followed. All right. A lot of materials you have, a lot of content. You have so much you've written, put down your thoughts, experiences. I mean, why would I not follow a man that makes first $1 million at the age of 28? You are followed. You are hereby followed. All right. So I think it's awesome. It's been an exciting one. And we're just going to ask you just one more question, and then we might just wrap up this one. I am certain that when we call again, you'll be so happy to come right back on the show again. I want to ask you, the element of income, goals, and timelines to achieve in a new country. A lot of people going into those countries, they are not spring chickens. They'll be here, they want the greener pasture. It's not like they're just starting out of university. Time has gone, time has been spent in their country, Nigeria, before they move on. So they really don't have much. Maybe some people have like 20 years more active before they retire. Or like when you're in Nigeria, you have so much years, you have 40 years, but now time is of the essence. They want to cover up grounds legitimately. How do you want to marry this? Just real quick, how would you educate in marrying this together, please?
All right, so thank you very much, my brother. So practically, financial education, like we have made of today's topic, is something that people must take seriously. It must be dear to them as a woman that they love. It must be dear to them as, something that their life depends on. Because you see, one of the things we were never taught growing up is that the only way to make money is by selling our time. And one of the challenges of a lot of people when they are relocating and migrating is very simple. A lot of people never take time to do what we call asset audits. They never look at what they have and how they are going to make maximum use of this thing. This is now a global village. You see, where you live may not necessarily determine where you make your money. So some people are living in Nigeria for different reasons, but this is what I say to people. Now, making money is now global. That means that you may be living in America, for instance, or you're watching this from the UK. Now, what do you have that the people can pay you for all over the world? So when you are moving into a nation, or you're just moving to a nation, considering your years, and you are thinking of, okay, what can I do with my life? You need to know what do you have, because income is a product of production, and income is an harvest of production. So if the income is an harvest of production, you don't need to sell your time to create income. But that is how we're being taught ignorantly. I believe I must have a job before I can create income. If somebody is relocated, you need to understand that it takes a while to be able to settle in. Now, what is making you money in Nigeria? If you move to another nation, can that thing that is making you money in Nigeria, can it be moved with you? All right. What can you do before you find your balance? What are the things that you can do that can help you? And today you see that most of our people that move abroad, that begin to now become sudden immigrants, immigration experts. You know what? And that to me send a lot of signal, because it just shows that people are finding a way to find their feet on ground. So the point is this: you need to wait. You need to look at what are the positive and the negative. What do I have? Now that you are there, or you are the one planning to go there, you need to weigh your assets. You need to look, what are the assets that I have? What are my assets? What are your assets? Your asset is anything with an element of economic value that you can convert to cash. So what are the assets that I have? What are the things that people can pay me for? Where can people pay me for it? Where are they? So I'm moving to the UK, I'm moving to Scotland, I'm moving to Australia, I'm going to America, I'm relocating to another part of the world. But this is what happened. You must weigh your asset, even where you are today. I'm going to round up by saying this: there are two ways people can make money. I call it cash flow technician and cash flow magician. Who is a cash flow magician? A cash flow magician is someone that makes money by solving his own problem, and by solving his own problem, he shows how to solve it for other people. All right, but a cash flow technician is someone that just make money by solving a problem for someone. I have made a lot of money for myself by solving my problem and showing other people how to solve it. So I made my first million at the tender age, at the younger age, and then I begin to show other people how to do the same by showing them the framework that worked for me. I built a company, a real estate company with my partner in about 6 countries in Africa. I begin to show other people how to do the same. I document it in books, I document it in my coaching classes and in my program, mentoring program. What am I trying to do? Everything that has worked for me, all the problem I have solved for me, I find millions of people that are also in the same category that have not solved it. Find the people. What are problems you have solved for yourself? All of you abroad, there are problems you have solved for yourself, but you are looking down on the things you can do or the things you have achieved. Begin to audit your accomplishment. What are the things you have accomplished that other people are still looking at it as if it's impossible? How can you show them the framework, the processes that can help them? YouTube is your friend, my friend. Begin to use all the global space and begin to draw money to yourself all over the world. You are in a better system. You have a light, you have electricity, you have all of these things. What are the other business you can create outside of the work you have? Because multiple stream of income is a defense. One stream of income is an offense. So most people focus on one stream of income. And this is what I say: a fixed income is a terminal disease. And it's like an emotional cancer that hits you up gradually until you pass away. So you need to understand this and begin to look at what are your assets. What are the problems you have solved for yourself? Now, these are the ways people can be helped. These are the ways I have helped people, and there are a couple of videos I have on my YouTube page, TADE CASH TV. You can watch it, for the sake of reference, and it can help you a lot, and these are very fundamental things that I believe people can start doing right now, because you need to collapse time. Money loves speed. You need to collapse time. You don't have all the time in the world, and this is what you need to do. For you to do that, you need to think global. You need to think exponential. You need to begin to ask yourself, and this is what I want to tell you: don't regret the steps you have made, because what happened is when you begin to think, oh, maybe I made a mistake by relocating or something and all of that. This is not a time to do that. This is a time to use your crisis. This is a time to use your crisis, and it is possible anywhere. You just need to audit your asset and use it to grow your life. I would say, so that people can use that for themselves.
Wow, wow, wow. That's impressive. Audit your assets to grow your life. Wow. Mr. TADE CASH, thank you so much. Thank you so much for this session with you on financial intelligence for migrants. Oh, it's just awesome. It shows you are a guru when it comes to this thing. We're definitely going to have to have you come back again as our guest on the show very, very, very soon, because there's so much more I would still like to ask you on the elements of financial intelligence for migrants. And then for anybody else that wants to, you can follow Mr. Tade on the social media handles. Go to he told us TADE CASH TV on YouTube, and of course at official TADE CASH on Instagram and on Facebook. I'm sure you'll be able to get him there. Like we said, I emphasize we are going to follow him, so we must follow him. Follow the person with no road. There we go. So thank you so much, Mr. Tade. Thank you so much. We're going to go for a quick break right now. When we return, we'll still talk about a bit more on the other things that we also have for us here on the show. We'll be right back after these few messages. Please stay with us.
Hello, my name is Yemi, and I would love to invite you to join me on the JAPA Code. The JAPA Code is your ultimate guide to legally migrating from Nigeria to your dream destination. If you desire to JAPA, we've got you covered. We'll bring you expert advice and insider tips to help you navigate the rules, routes, and resources required to make that dream a reality. Join me this Sunday at 5 p.m. on the Women Network on YouTube. The JAPA Code is brought to you by Women Consults in partnership with the Migrant Resource Center, Federal Ministry of Labor and Employment.
The National Electronic Labour Exchange is a unit in the International Labour Migration in the Employment and Wages Department of the Federal Ministry of Labor and Employment. The centers are information hubs for the public to meet demands of employment, referral, labor rights, recruitment advice, support, and all employment-related issues, with the aim of educating and enlightening the public on workplace and employment issues, as well as ensuring protection and decent work. Our target audience are students, all categories of migrants, and the general public. For more details, email us on jobcenterlagos@gmail.com. You can also follow us on Facebook, a National Electronic Labour Exchange, YouTube, a National Electronic Labour Exchange.
All right, thank you so much for staying with us. It's been an awesome episode with us here today on the JAPA Code, the rules, the routes, and the resources. A big thank you to our partners, Migrant Resource Center, Lagos, Federal Ministry of Labor and Employment, for partnering with us on this brilliant show. It's been an awesome one, Mr. TADE. We'll find a way to bring it back again for another a part 2 of this episode as well. It will be an awesome one. Next week, Sunday, another brilliant one awaits us. Let's keep a time with us. Don't forget, you haven't subscribed to our channel, please hit the subscription button and the notification button, and then click like and share, so everyone out there would also be able to benefit from the show. Now, again, like we always say, we have our program, Women Consults. We have an opportunity for those who would like to become carers to work in the UK, or basically just become carers. You have the heart for caring for people, caring for the elderly that would like to pursue the career, live and work overseas probably. So please get in touch with us. We would love to join you in the training. We have qualified trainers with us who will take you through the process of the training. Should you want to get in touch with us, very simply, just contact us by the email. The details on the screen: the email, the WhatsApp, and of course the social media handles. You can always reach us through any of those contacts there. You can reach out with any of those contacts there. All right, thank you so much. Beautiful episode about today. I'll see you again next week Sunday. And trust God, it's going to be another brilliant episode that waits us next Sunday. You don't know, it might be Mr. TADE again, or it might be somebody, but we're going to have another brilliant episode. A brilliant one. Thank you so much. Have a great evening. Wish you all the very best, and take care. Bye-bye.
Hello, my name is Yemi, and I would love to invite you to join me on the JAPA Code. The JAPA Code is your ultimate guide to legally migrating from Nigeria to your dream destination. If you desire to JAPA, we've got you covered. We'll bring you expert advice and insider tips to help you navigate the rules, routes, and resources required to make that dream a reality. Join me this Sunday at 5 p.m. on the Women Network on YouTube. The JAPA Code is brought to you by Women Consults in partnership with the Migrant Resource Center, Federal Ministry of Labor and Employment.